Hey people, how are you doing out there? This is Tank Ferret. I'm a little beat today, but we're gonna get some drawing done. I'm gonna talk about some Scalpel Zero, a little bit update, get you guys all kind of grooved in and whatnot. What's up, good dog press? Manny Correa in the audience. What is up, my brother? How are you doing? I hope everybody is having a good one today. Manny was first, or as he says in Española, uno. I'm going to lay down some, I was going to do some character design today. I got a villain to do, a big boss man type of deal. This is the guy that's going to be going on the t-shirt. So in order to get this done right, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of just doodle in some stuff. I had some ideas. I've got a setting. I've got a script, mostly done. Mostly. If everybody out there could do me the wonderful flavor of sharing this out, getting the words out. Let them know Orange Hands bad. We like Orange Hands bad. Yeah, we do. So, yeah. You'll have to excuse me. I'm a little beat. It's been a day, and I haven't eaten yet. It's 10 p.m. local. I haven't eaten yet. I haven't eaten since 9 p.m. the day previous. So I might be a little bit of a space cadet today, but I'm going to do a little bit of drawing. I know there's a lot of really cool shows out there that are very entertaining, and I appreciate everybody who joins me for this extravaganza of stuff. Unfortunately, with the way my camera is set up, I am not able to get a square on view of my drawing board. So I'm gonna have to like pick this up regularly just to kind of make sure I'm not doing that whole like my eyeballs at the wrong angle and it's not actually coming out the way that I want it to. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, or leave a thumbs down. I don't care. Somebody's been doing that recently. One person. I don't know. Maybe they'll show up tonight. Maybe they can pop in the chat and tell me why they don't like my program so much. I don't mind. I don't mind the feedback. I get it. It's all right. I'm 43 years old, and I submitted my first portfolio at the age of 13 to DC Comics, and the first words out of the guy's mouth were, oh yeah, I should probably warn people, this is not a show for children. They should not be watching. They should be off into bed. This is why I stream so late at night, because I'm a be cussing. So, I digress, as the great ERTs would say. So I hand this guy my portfolio, and the guy in front of me, let me just back up just a second here. The guy in front of me gathered up his portfolio, walked over to a trash can, and threw it away. And I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I don't remember his name, but so I walk up to this dude, little skinny dude, balding, and I hand him my portfolio, and he looks it through it, and he's got this look of just like, oh, please, somebody stab my eyes out with a fork and just get it over with. And first words out of his mouth were, this is shit. Like, okay. What is shit about it? The touch of teenage snark on my tongue. he's starting to point out frames, because I handed in sequential pages. I had a little bit of a leg up. I asked old Gil, hey, and Murphy, and I was like, what are people looking for? What should I submit? And they're like, oh, sequentials. Don't do pinups. Don't submit pinups for your portfolio. So I didn't. Not a single pinup in that first portfolio. And except, well, no, I can't say that. There were a couple of quote pinups, but they were comic covers. So they were, a comic cover is just an advertisement. That's what it is. It's the first point of advertising for a comic book, right? It should kind of give the reader a hint as to the contents within. Looking at you, Marvel and DC, your covers suck. Artwork is gorgeous, but your covers suck. And so, he goes, well, this is fucked up, and that's fucked up, and what the hell are you trying to do? What the fuck are you trying to do here? And I explained to him the effect I was trying to create, and he goes, oh, well, that's not how you do it. I'm like, okay, so what can I do to get better? And immediately, this guy's demeanor, like he was Two-Face, just flipped. And he gave me a lot of helpful advice. So honestly, people can scream at me about my art and whatnot until they're blue in the face, or my content until their face pops out of their butthole. I don't care. They can do whatever. So the thing I'm designing today is kind of like a boss dude. So I have really vague ideas. He's going to be this cyber bad guy. I know that I'm going to give him optics. He's going to have some sort of optic device across his eyes. Maybe sensory ears. I know it's a lazy way. Maybe just give him one sensory ear. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking that I want to give him a mohawk, but we'll see how that goes. So easy way to start off a mohawk is just put your radial lines in, and then spike in from there, sketch it in from there. If you're not sure, if you are not sure of what you are going to draw, or even if you are sure, unless your name is something like Dan Fraga, put in your fundamental basic structure. That's one of the things that makes Couch Doodles so absolutely phenomenal. I want to give this guy like no neck. I want to make him like a big brute. And there's a story reason as to why I'm going to make him an ungodly brute. And you're going to have to read the book in order to find out. So I make his torso a little wider, not longer, just wider. We're going to lateral in these abdominal muscles. You're not going to have a super low body fat, but enough muscle structure. And give him a big, thick trunk. Pop out those muscles just a little bit. Put some big shoulders on him. I'm thinking like this arm, I'm going to anchor in on the body, reinforce the trapezoid there, and an artificial collarbone, maybe even just like artificial muscle structure or something like that. So maybe some useless mechanical bits. We'll see. This is just concept. Angle that down a little bit. We're gonna have to go into his rib cage here and have some stuff coming out in order to reinforce this bulbous arm. We're going to make his other arm kind of normal size for a guy his size. It's going to be like a fiddler crab. Kind of like a fiddler crab. No guests on for tonight. I'm just Gonna do some cool, quick concept. Talk a little bit about the future of Scalpel Zero and the prelude to Retribution. It's not the prologue. See, the prologue would be the chapter that comes before the first chapter, the zero chapter, the ultimate, set up. This is a prelude, so it's just a little bit of omake. It's some more breadcrumbs for readers to follow with the grand conspiracies that I have laid in. I'm not joking when I say like fiddler crab. Fiddler crab actually might be kind of a good idea. His hip bone's going to be kind of deep and buried, so it's the muscle striations we're going to see there. Thicken out this guy's legs. He's going to be beefy, like a can of Campbell's chunky soup. He's just beefy. That was Chef Boyardee. My bad. Yeah, antiquated TV commercials for disgusting processed food. I'm not a health nut per se, but disgusting processed food is disgusting. So we're going to have something that slides back, a sheathing to protect the open joint. So something that natural crabs don't have because they don't have slidey bits. But I'm going to put in some quick notes there that it needs some wear and tear pulling on it. Maybe even like gonna put like an additional pincer type device sheathed here on the side. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't like it. Don't like it. I don't like it. But that's what the eraser's for. It's gonna have nice big nasty claw, kind of dulled at the tip but still sharp, so it's got the point on it. But it's the thing, like a common misconception, it kind of drives me a little nuts about medieval type stuff, is the sharp longsword. Because those things weren't razor sharp. They were sharp enough, like you couldn't really slice a piece of bread with it, but the reason why was for the physics of it, so that it could crack a bone. It could transfer all that point. So, you got that's X width, right? And this is approximately 0 width down here, right? So you have, the X pressure, we'll say Y pressure, right, is the same here across this entire surface as it is here, right? So that's what creates a piercing. That's why Wolverine's claws are kind of bullshit. As much as I love Wolverine, don't get me wrong, but that is some bullshit. He would be far deadly. This is why X2, or X23, I think that's her name. Yeah, X23's blades are far nastier than Wolverine, because she only has, she only has 2 of these things coming in, and then you've got the tension of the surface underneath that, right? So it gets a break, right? It's all the pressure is spread out. Right, but if you have one blade, that goes through so much easier. So that's why. But maybe like a big kind of thing. Now we want it to rotate too, so it's going to have to be kind of roundish. So I want that to be kind of roundish. Maybe even like industrial oversized roundish. So it's got like, its little thing. So we have that. Move this back a little bit because of the way the arm is twisted. There we go. Maybe even put like lower part of a hydraulic piston there, maybe 2 pistons. Let's see here. Piston mountings. I do enjoy doing hydraulic type stuff. It's kind of fun. So we're gonna just draw that circle. Draw that circle. Of course, that's gonna be like this because it's twisted like that. Just a little bit. I'm just gonna do this real quick. I know that I think there's an auction going on right now. I don't know. It's been such a busy day today. Yeah, I got shortchanged by my old job today on a paycheck due. And it's not enough to warrant taking their punk asses to court. It just isn't. As much as that sucks. I think I can add another little thing here. I don't know, kind of like that. Let's set up the overlay kind of deal. Maybe make this flat and toothed. So I'm just gonna put in some, following that contour right there. Just yeah, so that way it can grip poor suckers. Put some hydraulic lines, extra thick, extra sturdy. We don't want this guy getting his hydraulic lines like cut. So we're gonna put some stuff, and then because this is twisty, I mean, even though like for instance, like the Abrams tank, you know, it's hydraulic, right? The turret spins around via hydraulics. So and it has hydraulics inside the turret, and there's a joint system in the bottom, in the turret of that tank that what do you call it? That transfers all that fluid with no leakage. Well, no leakage. Heavy quotations there. I would do the air quotes, but my hands are busy. So I'm going to brick stuff out a little bit for this guy. So this is an oversheathing. I think we might do like a mixture of artificial muscle fibers and hydraulics in order to achieve a desired effect. So the artificial muscle fibers are sheathed under this classic segmented kind of covering right there. Get an idea of how I want that to look. And don't want to follow. I want to follow the spacing. So pardon me. I don't know what it is. Just flemish lately. It's allergy season is what it is. So my punk ass has allergies. Alright, we're gonna kind of bulge out the skin there. We're gonna create some lines there to kind of show that this is impinging upon the rest of this dude's natural structure. Let's give him some punk rock clothes. Let's see here, he'll have, you know, the giant tank top, but we're going to cut it off and shred it. So, and just kind of have it kind of loosely hanging there, because it's got to be able to fit over all this dude's like nasty cybernetics. I'm going to put some spikes, put some happy spikes, you know, some murder spikes. So that way when he shoulder rams somebody, they know it. So that's what I'm going to do there. Can't put any spikes under this underplate because it needs to evacuate underneath there. So it's going to have some, but I can put some flange kind of serrations there, right along the edge. And have them diamond on. when I go to ink this, you know, I'll do some other stuff. So with the Scalpel Zero, all right, here's the deal. I had infrastructure requirements needed to deliver a specific product for the Retribution story. And unfortunately, I am unable to meet those demands in the amount of time that I want to. I mean, I wanted to launch this thing already. According to schedule, it according to my schedule, the schedule that I was on, we should have ended the 30-day pre-launch sign-up phase as of today. And actually, the stream today should have been like for launching the actual Indiegogo campaign. And as much as, you know, as I want it to be, that is not what happened. So we're gonna, like, this guy got his whole side replaced or something like it right there. I don't know. We'll noodle it out some more. This is just quick design that I've been just kind of noodling in my mind brain for the last couple of days as I've been writing the script for Prelude to Retribution Part 1, which so far it's just issue 1 of 4. It looks like it's going to be 4 issues long. Script is not yet finalized. Still has a lot of stuff. My super secret team and I are working on it. These are guys who've been working on this project for for years now. So they really know the project. They know the world. They know I've kept them compartmentalized so that way they don't all know all the spoilers, which they do appreciate that. That they don't all know the spoilers. But, gosh, I hate that big ring right there. I really do. What's up, brother KG? KG, the mighty wrench, the greatest wrench in all the land. That's right. My wrench is greater than your wrench. I don't know, this is how the song goes. I don't care anymore today. I'm just so tired. We're going to have this just come and meet at a circle. And then it's going to kind of flare out. So this is going to be inset a little bit. Not incel. God, plebe. I know I'm an asshole. It's okay. I can live with myself. Maybe on the back end of this, we'll have some spikes or something. So that should actually follow center line. I should draw a center line. That would help give it a little more 3D-ness. And then here towards the end, we want it to be as solid as possible. We don't want any real breaking point. You know, we want it to be as industrial as possible. So the Scalpel Zero story that I'm going to be doing, this one needs to be rounded. There we go. Is going to be set in 2058. A good, do math now, 7 years before the events of Retribution. And we're going to get some of the Easter eggs that lead to Zero, kind of going off the reservation. I muddled around a bunch of different little storylines, a bunch of little options. Let's see here. Maybe I could kind of weld. I'm just drawing in some base things here. We're going to crudely weld on some, oh no, I need to leave room for that to open. Some spikes here. So yeah, I'm gonna crudely weld these on here. Thank you very much for joining me, KG. I do appreciate it. KG is the sheriff. What he says goes. I may be the mayor, but my mods are the sheriff. So ultimately, I trust my sheriff, because I might not catch everything in the chat. Not that I have a particularly busy chat. I think I'm just gonna, I don't want to leave that open, but I'm gonna leave it open. I am gonna leave that open, so that way we have, no, I'm not gonna leave it open. We're gonna kind of just leave a little bit of a gap in between there. I put that bordering on there. I'm going to reduce this to a single giant sheath, so that way it just opens up and it slides back. Nope, I need to have it segmented because the curvature changes. So this one will be like that. And let's see here. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to have some extra like hydraulic lines coming off of there. So yeah, a couple of extra deals there. And let's see here. I'm gonna give him some shorts, I think. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna have him kind of lurching forward a little bit. Maybe. I'm gonna have some big old clawed hoppers going on down there. One second, I gotta mute myself, otherwise you're gonna get an earful of my lungful of allergies. Be right back. All right, I'm hanging in there, KG. How you doing, brother? How you doing, man? I hope you are well. I hope everyone is well. If Manny is still here, I would ask, how is the Pope Rogue doing? I hope he is well and kicking butt. I hope he's still drawing them awesome little chibis. I still I would still want to do that as a stretch goal. He was doing these awesome little things, and I was like, oh my goodness, the designs are great. They're simple, they're straightforward, and they're fun. Like with a little bit of just a little bit of editorial on that on the back end. They would make for great little chicane tchotchkes of the characters. And yeah, I wanted to kind of take a look at that and whatnot. I'm gonna arch. Hand is rarely a flat thing. Rarely, even when it's flat. See, it's got a curve to it. So you know, if you're gonna grab some, it's as you in the audience can see. Oh no, it's the claw. Oh, it's got me. What's up, Armand? How you doing? All right, Adrian, for you guys who are new, I am just roughing out a quick concept for the main bad guy for the first issue of Prelude to Retribution. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to crudely weld some metal together. So I just need to rough out a general shape, right? But I'm going to leave it kind of rough. I'm going to rough these edges a little bit. And it's going to have a nice big gap right there so it can be all tied down and whatnot. This guy has to be you know, kind of a weightlifter to do this. So we're going to draw in some extra leg muscles, like he's been altered in some way. I'm going to have put some shorts on him, I think. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. We're just going to have him. Do I have that facing the right way? We'll fix it later. Just have it kind of thing. No guest tonight, guys. I am just roughing out this. We're going to talk about the Scalpel Zero, the Prelude to Retribution. So if you're just joining, it's going to launch soon. It's going to launch soon. It's going to be a 4-issue series. So the more we fund, ultimately, like the final goal is to just do Prelude to Retribution. You know, that the events that lead up to Scalpel Zero wanting to go off reservation and seek a bunch of upgrades on our own. So we're gonna jean shorts these. We're gonna put some holes in them too. So, and I'm just kind of roughing stuff in. I haven't eaten today, so I'm here we go. Just, like, his pants are just straining to stay on because it's hard to find clothes in this guy's size. I'm gonna beef up this arm a little bit. Put the palm right there, so this finger would be extended all the way out. This one would be kind of up. We're gonna fan these out a little bit. So I'll kind of do like a classic, you know, Kirby-esque hand. Nice, Armand, taking a break from work. How is, by work, I assume that you mean the coloring for Englewood, comic from Micah Curtis that is coming out relatively soon, yeah. Micah's got a Schwartz-esque deadline, either a Shooter-esque or Schwartz-esque deadline, which means that it's really rough, probably impossible to meet. But that's okay, you know, that's him looking out for the people. So I think this eye we're gonna have just kind of like an inset kind of camera deal, but this eye right here, we're gonna put a larger optical unit that goes with that, and then we're gonna place his nose with a respirator attachment right there, inset that a little bit, give him a little bit of the Vader going on, but we're going to give him an actual like jaw, so it's going to end right there, but maybe even plate this dude's head, which actually would fit the theme, the cyberpunk theme. So I'm going to kind of flatten that out a little bit. Got to put some extra doohickeys and kind of bulges and whatnot. Bulges. And no, not that kind of bulges that, I don't know if y'all saw the Objectified Men post. That was great. I immediately showed it to one of my gay friends, and he's like, "Do we need more of this kind of pinup art?" He actually really did like it. He's like, this is kind of hot. I'm sorry, dude. I know you don't talk like that, but if he's watching the show or whatnot. Love you, brother. Wingman for you any night. And I have been a wingman before on that. So yeah, I'm just putting in some darker pencils. You know, we're gonna put some cables going to the back of this guy's head. Rough in the first line of these. You know, we're gonna have the cable go behind that other one and in front of this one, so it's a little bit of a tangle. It's kind of fun, but you know, Gonna rough up this stuff. Rough them up. Get these pencil lines nice and dark as we approach the final countdown. Oh wait, no, that's not it. And the channel struck. I'm in good sorts despite the day I've had. You know why I'm in good sorts? Because y'all are here. That's so awesome. I mean, seriously. It's awesome for you guys to join me. I know there are a lot of really cool programs that are on. I know that I'm in competing time slot, but life is what it is. You take that opportunity. So, you know, if you gotta be, you know, on the equivalent of, you know, community access TV, then so be it. But, and I'm still working on the final inking style that I want. And I know that the incredible Willy Ried was absolutely on board for the Retribution story. I don't know that we're going to be doing anything color outside of the cover for this. And the reason is because I really I'm thinking of just kind of going with like a heavy line work, kind of heavy metal-esque feel for that. So with black and white artwork that just speaks for itself. The kind that, you know, if you added color to it, it would probably, even, you know, even if it is the incredible Willy Ried's colors, or I don't care if it's Alex Ross, dude, it would take away from the line work. Something that speaks to kind of an older heavy metal feel with some classic cross hatching and whatnot. Not the 90s style cross hatching, but something that's more classic, along the lines of classic illustration. So I'm still working that out. I put a lot of work into Retribution, and I'm not going to pull the gun early. That's why I haven't pulled the trigger early on it, by the way. You know, there is a very good reason why I have not pulled the trigger on that yet. And because if the cookies aren't baked, you don't take them out of the oven. And Manny will tell you that. And, you know, soft and chewy is baked enough. Some people like a crispy cookie, but you just got to make sure that dough ain't raw no more. So that's what I was doing with the Retribution. So I'm gonna give this guy just big bulging biceps. This hand, I don't know. Well, let's see here. I'm not gonna do any of it cyber for that hand. I'm just gonna kind of do some stuff. Colors. Oh yeah, no, dude. Yeah, nice, Adrian, nice. And that reminds me, Adrian. I gotta transfer some electronic money over to real money, so that because the post office won't take my electronic money. But I owe you a print, and I'm actually going to send you a couple of prints, actually. For when I won Drawn and Quartered Pro Edition, the prize is, you know, you send out a print. Well, my broke ass just hasn't really been able to afford much of anything. I've had a little bit of electronic money here and there. No excuses. I mean, it really is. I live in the land of no excuses, but mitigating circumstances, maybe. So it may not excuse it, but might mitigate. You can give him a little belly button. You ever notice that, man? Like, a lot of dudes, they don't draw belly buttons on guys, and it's like, what? They were cloned? Hold on 1 second. Yeah. So as soon as I got that done, I got the print set aside for you, Adrian. And as soon as I've got some extra thing, I got some extra prints for you. That normally I reserve these exclusive little sneak peeks and whatnot, or prints or something like that, little promotional items. I normally reserve it for people that buy original art, but I figured since you've been so awesomely patient, that I would reward your patience. So, yeah, back to the Scalpel Zero story. The first issue looks like it's going to be 24 pages. I'll have that known as soon as I have the pages thumbnailed. Like, ultimately, that's the decider. Because with the way I write, it is very much a back and forth process. Like, my initial notes will have everything from, what do you call it? From like thumbnails to breakdowns of a page to just script. So, alright, so if I want that to hydraulic muscle to kind of pull on that, it actually needs to go to the other part. So it needs to go down here. So I'm going to put one big hydraulic piston right there. Put in a little piston mount right there. That needs to be on its own kind of swivel because that's going to change its angle as the arm extends forward and back. We're going to have that piston mount disappear into the bicep assembly. That's what I'm calling it. Can't change my mind. And then we're going to have, this is the actual jointing. So that's going to go up in there. Give this guy's arm a little bit of extra mass. That scalp just going to be shaded in anyways. But, and that's got to follow that curve, which has to connect to that. Which really adds some width to that arm right there. Let me go ahead and give you guys a zoom in. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that a little better. So yeah, big old crab claw, bad guy. But as far as the campaign goes and when it would launch, the answer is soon. As soon as I have enough promo, well, you know, I actually could just, as soon as I have some good promo stuff colored and ready to go, and I got to get a video together, so that's probably going to be the subject of my next live stream. Give him some big old wide feet. He needs big wide feet so that way when he steps on the ground he doesn't sink into mud and stuff. And I think I'm going to make these artificial, so give him a big old claw toes right there. Just kind of roughing in. Some nasty claws. Should have put some nasty claws there. You know, not so friendly nasty claws. Maybe a couple of claws coming off the back end there, so that way he can just like grip. So when he delivers that punch or a swipe with the claw, he can really do that thing. All right, so the legs are like way too long. That's fine. I'll redo it. Night, Adrian. You have yourself a great one, man. You did a great job, dude, on Ultimate Edition last night. I really like that stuff. Adrian is, you should go sub to his channel. Go find him on Twitter and other places. Because he's one of these artists, man, that, you know, he works hard at it. I mean, this is a guy who wants it. This is a guy who wants it. So he's working hard at getting better. And, he has a great community of creators around him that help him with that. And yeah, there we go. That's about a more appropriate. All right, so this name, the knee under here. So, yeah. All right, everybody's doing good. Yeah, Armand, I might want to get you in on some colors for that. I was saving, I got a big cannon that I was going to save for a stretch goal. But I got to go talk to the artist, go get a requote, because their prices may have changed. I don't know what I'm going to do with that back leg. Whew. I think I'm going to put some spikes on the back of this hand here. I think I'm going to make that one artificial from, I think we'll plug in, I don't know, I think we can have this part be natural. A little bit of a sleeve right there. Have it come into an elbow joint. So it's like we're going to have it come up a little bit, kind of pocket the bicep a little bit. That's going to be soft right there. So, and then have just an artificial arm, which means that this wrist needs to be rounder because it needs to be able to swivel. Have it approximate. I'm going to put a little hatch right there. Put a little hatch right there. Oh, you were watching what I was doing. There you go. Much better. Yes. Holy moly, I've been on for 45 minutes already. That's amazing. Oh, awesome. Yeah, no. Adrian's a fan, man. And he's a fan on his way to creatordom. I would definitely keep an eye on that guy. I would keep an eye on that guy. Alright, we're going to make this a big old barrel knee. And we're going to put a little bit of a sleeve there. So that way his natural leg kind of sockets in on the artificial leg. So, because, you know, when you're doing partial cybernetics, partial bionic, you know, you're basically making a prosthesis. So it's just a prosthetic. Just kind of create a little bit more. I don't know. I think that's what I'm going to do on this tonight. Because it has been about 20... Yes, yeah, we're actually just about upon 26 hours since my last meal. That's how busy I've been. Oh, yeah, no, this is... And this has to be like super shiny, but it has to have like a super shiny rim to it. So this is all like... I'm just going to put some lines right there as a quick thing, so that way I understand that this is going to be kind of shiny right there, because that's always polished. That's sliding in and out of this and whatnot. That's right, man. That's right. Yeah, that sure reminds me. I gotta get in on that secret project. The strange ferret vibes. I think that's actually a great secret name for the project too. It entertains me. I need to take a look at that so I can give some input. I briefly scanned over it a couple of times. I was like, okay, cool. This is kind of neat. And then the other person involved asked a bunch of questions that I was going to ask anyways. And I was like, well, dang it. All right, I'll be back. And then I ran off to go, you know, like I was saying earlier, I had to go chase down a former employer for money that they had owed me. Yeah, I think, what do you guys think? Is that cyberpunk enough, you know? Is that cyberpunk enough, you know? Give me a 1 in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat if you think that's cyberpunk enough. Give me a 2 if you think that's not cyberpunk enough. And I need to punk it up some more. There is no wrong answer. Except for the one that you didn't give. So yeah, just let me know there. Let me see what you got going on. I'm gonna fix this finger down here. We're gonna do. I gotta make. See, hands are super flexible. They can go from like kind of flat to curved. So you know these bones right here at the end, they're all connected. You know, the only part of the hand that's really kind of like solid is these little, I don't know, what do they call them, metatarsals? I forget. But you know, that's the reinforcement for the hand. That's what gives you the power. That was what allows you to, you know, do a punch. Gives it the reinforcement so that way every time you punch, you don't break your hand. All right, let me go back to the zoom out. Once again, thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this brief foray into Cyberpunk and the what's going on with the Scalpel Zero. I will catch you. I agree. Yeah, no, it really needs some more work there. I'll probably do some detail stuff on that. I'll probably just record myself drawing that and then upload it as a speed draw and just talk over it. I give it a voiceover. But I'm going to go eat. And I thank you all very, very much for joining me. So stay tuned. Update 3 is coming soon. Let's see here. Probably Monday. So Sunday, check back on the channel because I'll have the announcement up. I'll have the schedule. I'll have the stream pre-scheduled for when the next Scalpel Zero update is happening. I'll probably have that up there tomorrow afternoon, evening-ish, my time, Pacific time. So have yourselves an awesome one. And Charlie Mike. Charlie Mike. Time now even.